This year, United Church in University Place turned 50 years old from merging two congregations together from Mayflower United Church of Christ and Aldersgate United Methodist Church. The pandemic created a few changes in how we anticipated celebrating our 50th anniversary this year. So we are combining it with our 2020 Stewardship Campaign. This year's stewardship theme is based on the 45-year-old television show Saturday Night Live, with a few skits mirroring or spoofing what might happen on SNL. Take it away, stewardship team.
Stewardship Update with Joe Brinkley and Don Cronkite.
Well, Don, as our viewers know, election season is well underway, and some pundits are predicting the presidential election could be too close to call. In response, the White House announced a new plan to decide the disputed election, a cage match to the death between the two-party mascots. Shortly after the plan was announced, the Democratic Party agreed to the plan immediately and changed their mascot to Godzilla.
In other election news, Pet Sitters International yesterday announced it's moving Take Your Cat to Work Day from June 21st to October 15th. In response, the White House Press Secretary, Kelly McEnary, announced that President Trump will be taking a tiger from the National Zoo with him on all his campaign rallies this week. She also promised that any reporter who asks about the president being behind on the polls will be given a one-on-one interview with the tiger.
You know, Don, besides election season, it's also stewardship season for many churches around the nation, including here at United Church in University Place. Wait, I understand we have some breaking news from our reporter in the field, Pamela Mattis.
Breaking news, Joe and Don. This just in, a look at our past. On this year, 2020, the 50th anniversary of the United Church in University Place, we look back. The financial picture has always been met with an abundance of personal time through donations of service and monetary gifts. As the needs of the church and the congregation has grown, so has our budget, our community outreach, and the resources needed to meet these challenges. From a new youth wing to a new roof, the sale of an adjoining property to the city of University Place in 2010, kitchen upgrades and new carpet, we have taken care of our physical space. In turn, we've also been able to share our home through our partnership with the Narrows Co-op, meeting space for Toastmaster groups, and civic fundraisers. We have also welcomed weddings, memorial services for community members not of our church, but who have embraced our theology and mission. The Stewardship Committee reports that for 2019, we budgeted for a deficit of $11,789, but fortunately, at the end of the year, we ended up with a surplus of $2,400. Back to you, Joe and Don.
Thank you, Pamela, for that timely report. Now we will go to our special weekend update commentary correspondent, Janna, Hosanna, and Dana.
Here's a very special commentary for you folks this morning. I, Janna, Hosanna, and Dana, got a letter yesterday from a certain person who wants to know whatever happened to our Advent friend, Unabashed Joy. I'm not allowed to tell you who sent this letter, but I will tell you his initials are JB. So what did I, Janna, Hosanna, Anna do? I read that letter and I found our old friend Joy. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Advent was a long time ago, and a lot has happened since then. However, I, Janna, Hosanna, Anna, Dana, was able to convince Ms. Joy to join us this morning and take part in a weekend update interview. Thank you, Ms. Joy. Please tell us, where have you been and what have you been doing? Well, thank you, Miss Hosanna, Anna, Dana. Good morning, dear friends. What a joy it is to hear from you. I'm so overjoyed to be with you again. It's great to be back shining the light of unabashed, joyful, joyful, joy. Like all of you, I've been staying home and spreading joy, not germs, from a distance. You can imagine it's difficult to spread joy in these hard, horrendous, and hurtful times. But that is the task, the number one task. It's on our to-do lists, I'm sure. I look for and share unabashed joy every day, everywhere. Joy that's sincere, joy that's silly, joy that's serious, and even joy that's silent. When you look at me, you don't believe in silent joy, but it's here all around us all the time. Wow, you are a preponderance of powerful pink. Not sure I understand silent joy, however. Isn't loud joy kind of what you do? Over the top, in your face, unabashed joy? Is this a sign you are going to change your original joy style? No, unabashed will always be my joy style. It simply means my joy is strong and unchallenged and not diminished by circumstance. I do admit, though, my pink has become a bit brighter since Advent. Nothing like the power of pink to spread the message of joy. Phew, that's some colorful world-class joy. So do you think that the people who worked together to form United Church in University Place 50 years ago had that kind of joy? Sure they did. They were compassionate Christians with community connections and very creative, joyful people. You might say they were super joy spreaders. Maybe I, Janna, Hosanna, Anna, Danna can learn a few things from those old-timey church members. Maybe they can teach me something about unabashing my joy. Do you think they would be willing to share their joy lessons? Absolutely. They are a generous, sharing congregation. And that sharing comes from the joy, 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 joy down in their hearts. 50 golden years of service and joyful giving. Time and talent and treasure, precious resources shared in kindness to help others. A very enthusiastic stewardship congregation. Yes, but times are especially hard now, and folks aren't seeing the JOY in their lives very much. Is there some way you can convince people to look around everyday joyous things? Just remind them that there's joy everywhere. Sure, there's lots of ways that I can remind people about joy. Okay, say your team wins and you want to rejoice. You need joy. Want to send a text to your friend named Joyce? You will need joy. What will you wish to the fishes in the deep blue sea? Joy, of course. Do you plan to enjoy a good meal? Gotta have joy. Christmas time, caroling. How about joy to the world? Got a sweet tooth? What do you think you'll need to eat that almond joy? Joy isn't complicated. It's all around us all the time. And if ever our world needed an abundance of joy, it would be now. So make a joyful noise at a safe distance and let it be heard by everyone, everywhere. Joy to all of you. On behalf of the congregation, I, Janna, Hosanna, Anna, Danna, thank you for that great update and good advice. Don't be a stranger. Zoom in anytime. You know, we can use some of your powerful pink unabashed joy around here. That's all for our Sunday morning commentary today. Be sure to log in again next week when I, Janna, Hosanna, Anna, Danna, have another guest interview that might just be stimulating and informative. Oh, and you should also log in for the worship and the sermon and the music. There's some top-notch Sunday morning church going on here. Back to you guys at the anchor desk.
Thank you, Janna, Hosanna, Danna, for bringing us some unabashed joy for this stewardship season.
Live from United Church, it's Stewardship
Time.
Thank you to our stewardship team of Joe and Dawn and Pamela and Janna, Hosanna, Anna, Danna. We'll get that down by the time the stewardship season wraps up.